Okay, sorry for this color, bad lighting. It's like gonna be a really dark video. I just wanted to do a quick breeze through of Queen Sugar. I know I haven't done a review for like the last two episodes, but I'm working like a Jamaican. Shout out to the Jamaicans. And I'm tired. So that's why I have not been doing reviews. But this episode had me like I got to say something. So episode 7, season 1, Queen Sugar, in no uncertain terms. It starts off with Charlie just in the aftermath of what the hooker said. What's the hooker's name? I can't even remember what her name is. But after hearing the tape, the recorded conversation between her and Davis, she's just blown away. She's like, I can't believe it. And she's like in a fetal position. Like, that's when your soul hurting and you don't know what to do. And so Envy is like, look, you need to talk to Micah. That's his dad. He needs to know what's going on. He's not a baby. He can handle it. And I'm going to get my feet done because Hollywood coming home. So she's like, look, I got to get right for my man. I'm going to need you to get up and stop wallowing in this self-pity and live your life. So she goes and she tells Micah, and he's very upset. And he doesn't want anything to do with his dad. And then he's like, and now I got to live here and take my SATs here and, you know, blah, 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 yada, yada. And all the things that teenagers have to worry about when they get uprooted, especially in the midst of a school semester. So, what's going on? They're trying to get some fertilizer, and it's $3,000, and Charlie's credit card's declined. And she's like, hold on, let me call the bank. Finds out it's to the bail bondsman. So, of course, the first person that she looks like at is Ralph Angel. And he's like, it ain't me. And so she finds out that, you know, Nova's stole $10,000 from her in order to bail out s1e7. Now, Nova is all kinds of wrong. Because I understand that that is technically farm money, so she could get it. But we both know that Pops didn't do any farming for the last 2 years. So the farm doesn't technically have any money. And all of their capital and all of the money that is coming through the farm right now belongs to Charlie. So she stole Charlie's money. I don't care how you try to dress it up. She stole her sister's money to bail out s1e7. So while it was great to bail out s1e7, because I don't know nobody going to jail that long for one joint, but it's not your money. Meanwhile, Nova is loving life and being free with the girl she done hooked up with, and that ain't my cup of tea, but to each his own. My real personal opinion of it, though, is I realize that Calvin is married. Realize that right now Calvin is a police officer and Nova is an enemy of the police department and the whole judiciary system of the parish that they're in currently, or probably all of New Orleans. And they having some problems in their relationship. But, excuse me, I'm yawning. I told y'all I was tired. But all of that aside, that man is gorgeous. That man is too fine for her to be hooking up with somebody else. Now, if you were mad, you know, about him being married, or y'all didn't have a monogamous relationship, that's one thing. But right now, y'all beefing, y'all at a timeout. You don't hook up on timeouts. When you hook up on timeouts, things go awry. So, she's kicking it with her girl, whose name I cannot remember. And, so they're making plans for later on and blah, blah, and they're enjoying the day and they're enjoying feeling free and what have you. And then Charlie pulls up in their pickup truck. She got this pickup truck on 2 wheels rolling up there to Nova's house. And she's like, you stole $10,000 from me. And she made a very, very valid point. At Daddy's funeral, y'all act like my money was the devil. I couldn't pay for nothing. You didn't want my help with anything, but then you feel comfortable stealing from me. And Nova tried to justify her mess. Now, like I said, getting s1e7 out of jail was a good thing, but she went about it the wrong way. And she said, what if it were Micah? Excuse me again. She said, what if it were Micah? You would have bailed him out. Okay, that's a little bit different. Because first of all, if it were Micah, that's Charlie's son. So that's Charlie's son and Charlie's money. so she can do what she wants to do with it, including bail out her son. Too Sweet is not your son, Nova. And this is not your money, Nova. See how that's not adding up? So it didn't work. And so she tried it, and she was like, I'm apologizing, but I'm like Charlie on that. That apology don't mean nothing, because you're really acting like you ain't do nothing bad. And you said you're not sorry for what you did. You're sorry for going about it the way that you did, but you're not sorry for doing it. And I'm going to pay you back. You ain't had 10 grand a day. Where you going to get it from? This is my thought. But, so, no Davis West this week, which is okay. No Davis West. He fine. Always want to look at him. But my stomach still kind of hurt from listening to that call last week, too. So I'm in the fetal position with Charlie. The art exhibit. The art exhibit that Nova took her girlfriend or her friend, or I don't know what her classification is yet. But the chick she hooking up with currently. And Micah to an art exhibit, and the girl that Nova's dating or seeing or whatever is a Black Lives Matter activist. And so they go to this rally, and Nova goes to interview one of the artists, but they're just looking at the artwork, and they had Oscar Grant and Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner, and one more. Who was the other one? How do I not? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't even. How do I miss that? I can't remember who the fourth person was in the mural. But they were holding signs that says "I am a man," and that. Whoa! It was a lot. That was a lot. And then she used the term "comrades" when speaking of other people affiliated with the movement in Los Angeles, which automatically takes me back to thinking, Black Panthers. I read like all of their memoirs and autobiographies and what have you, and that is the term in which they refer to each other. And I thought that was cool that was in the script. But that mural, I mean, a lot of the artwork there just spoke volumes, but that mural, "I am a man," that just lets you know, you're going to have to see me as a person. And those 4 brothers are dead and gone, but we still speak their names. And they are people, and you're going to have to see it. Those who are opposed to believing it, you're going to have to believe it because it is fact. We are people. We are not going anywhere. We might as well just get along and live here together. Because all this hatefulness, bickering, killing each other, racism, injustices, this prison industrial complex, all this stuff is over with. It's too much, and it needs to be dealt with, and it needs to be laid to rest once and for all, because we're all people. We're all God's children, and we're not going nowhere. But I just thought that was just so awesome. And Aunt Vi in Hollywood, they done sent the boys out for ice cream, talking about don't hurry back so they could do the grown up and whatever. Because, Aunt Vi went and got her feet done. And then they're gonna have, what is it? I don't know, is it clam bake? I don't know what they do. I always see this in movies or places, things that are set in New Orleans where they got all that, the crawfish and the corn and the potatoes and everything on the same plate. And I want to go to New Orleans and I want to eat that. But, so they're getting all prepared for the party and what have you. And they're stringing lights. And at first I thought they were Christmas lights. And I was going, Christmas lights? Really? But it wasn't. It was just little party favors and what have you getting ready. I don't know why Rob was at the High Yellow Diner, but he was at the High Yellow Diner and ran into Roberta. Roberta is a hooker. And when I say hooker, I don't mean like Davis West problem. I don't mean the kind of sex worker who gets paid. I mean a hooker that want to give it to everybody for free. That's Roberta. So first she all up in Hollywood truck and in his face, disrespecting Aunt Vi like she wasn't there. And now she all up on Ryan. He ain't got too much good sense when it come to women. So he gonna hit. I mean, I don't blame Roberta. Everybody know that Ralph Angel is gorgeous. But she a little loose. And he loose too. And 2 loose people together. I'll see how this gonna play out. But then they're getting prepared for a storm that's coming through. So they gotta get the equipment and stuff tied down and get all of the seed cane planted. And so now they're racing against the clock on this farm work. What else? I'm sure I'm missing like chunks of stuff. But anyway, so Charlie's pissed off that Michael went with Nova without his permission. Michael's pretty much pissed off at life right now, and I can't say that I blame him. Even though he popped Slick one too many times and probably would have caught an elbow to the jaw, I can understand where he's coming from. Because he's like, my life is a shambles. I don't know what in the hell is going on. And then I asked permission. You weren't there. I asked permission to go to an art exhibit, and now you tripping. So he feeling some kind of way. Charlie's still pissed off with Nova for stealing her money. So anything Nova does right now is wrong. And I will agree that she should be pissed because she done stole 10 grand from her. And that's a lot. And she really ain't had no remorse about it. So they're still going at it. And then she finds out that she finds out about Calvin. She doesn't know who Calvin is or whatever, but she overhears Nova on the telephone talking about not leaving your wife for me. Don't use that as your excuse. And so then now Charlie knows that Nova was in a relationship with a married man. But before that, she says something. Nova says something about Charlie being trifling. And Charlie gave old girl the once over and was like, don't you dare talk to me about trifling. So I don't know if that's going to be delved into anymore or not. We shall see. I don't understand why we have to wait 2 weeks for the next episode. Like, what is going on next Wednesday that is so important? I don't know. But we have to wait 2 weeks for the next episode of Queen Sugar. So anyway, Cousin Pam done showed up. Maxine Shaw, attorney at law. Loving it. So Miss Erica Alexander, who is playing Hollywood's wife, shows up at the barbecue. Ain't on no kind of medication. She far out. Talking about, is he here? And they like, who? The guest is like kind of shying away from her. Like, shit, I drove her damn car all up on the grass. And who is this? She looked crazy. And so Aunt Vi comes up and like, honey, are you lost? Who you looking for? And she say, Hollywood, is he here? And then Vi say, Hollywood, she call your name. You might want to come over here and tell me what's going on. So he trying to calm her down. He's like, this my ex-wife. And she like, no, I'm not. Stop lying to her. Tell her the truth. I'm your wife. Like, how long we been together? And now she keeps talking about this baby. This baby, I don't know if the baby is what set her off. I don't know if that was the catalyst that started the mental illness. And I know that mental illness has a stigma, period. And in the African-American community, really, because we ain't crazy. We not going to no shrink. We ain't talking about nothing. It is what it is. And then you hold all that stuff in and bottle it. I personally, I know that, mental illness is real. And I believe if you need to talk to somebody, talk to them. Now, if you want to pay people a whole bunch of, money to lay on their couch and tell them about your life, I got a couch and I'll take your money. But, I ain't got no degree or nothing like that. I'm just saying. I'll take your money and I'll listen. I'm a good listener. But anyway, she's bipolar and she's dealing with mental illness and she's off her medication. And I think on and off her medication, that baby is an issue. She apparently lost a baby and she's never recovered from it. And she was like, we could try again. So, excuse me. She done slapped Hollywood upside the head. Like, I don't even know why. I didn't even really get. He just like, come on, calm down, whatever. And she popped him. I didn't really understand that. I guess she just needed an outlet and she ain't like what he said about them not being married anymore. So he's trying to calm her down. Meanwhile, Aunt Vi is processing everything that she's saying. Cause yeah, she a little bit out there and she ain't had her money. Her medicine, but she telling the truth. I don't know where money came from, but she's telling the truth. And Aunt Vi is processing it. She's hearing what she's saying. And she's like, wait a minute. You were in Baton Rouge all this time that you supposed to been out on the liner. You were in Baton Rouge. And he's like, nah, I came back early. I spent 2 days with her. The hospital called me. He's trying to explain. Now, I will say that it is an honorable and noble thing that Hollywood did, which was not to get a legal divorce so that she could remain his spouse on his insurance to pay for her bipolar meds and to treat her mental illness. Honorable thing. He should have been upfront with it from the beginning because it's not anything bad. It's not doing anything wrong. He should have been upfront. And he wasn't. And that's a problem. And so he was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to take her home and I'll be back. And Alvi hit him with that player handbook. Ain't no back. You going to go, but you're not coming back here. And Micah had addressed Hollywood about who keeps calling your phone and hanging up. You need to be honest with Aunt Vi, because now that he knows that his father has been messy, he kind of is, taken aback by anybody that seems like they're keeping secrets. And he thinks highly of Hollywood. And Hollywood told him it's not what you think. So once he hears the whole story and he realizes who she is and what Hollywood's been doing, he kind of steps up and is like, don't worry, Hollywood. I'll hold it down till you get back. I think Hollywood coming back because Hollywood loved him some Violet. He coming back, but it's going to take a while because he wasn't telling the truth. He was not honest. That is important. You have to be honest. I can't wait till the next episode. The fact that I have to wait 2 weeks absolutely sucks. But maybe I'll get caught up on my other reviews since I didn't do, I don't think, episode 5 or 6, maybe even 4. I don't know. We shall see. But it's your girl T's Corner, signing off. Have a good night. Queen Sugar, episode 7, season 1. What was the name of this? I forgot. I told you in the beginning, though. Okay. Good night.